Wait a damn minute, hold up. Did you all see the style in Marty Supreme? It was so damn crisp, so damn fire, like Lil Timmy didn't come to play, y'all. Like his suits were crispier than chips, honestly. And his styling was so damn good. It was giving all the late 1940s, early 1950s drama, elegance, suaveness, class, business attire that I was craving for, and the costume designer Miyako Bellizzi did her job. Like, Miyako, girl, you did that job. So let's analyze the Supreme styling of Marty Supreme. So before talking about the style of Marty Supreme, I will talk about my opinion on the movie because I saw it like last week actually. And what do I think about the movie? Well, it was a literal roller coaster, my fellas. I can't spoil the plot but basically it's like about the journey of this ping pong superstar, Marty Supreme, and actually it's inspired from a true living person that is called Marty Reisman, if I remember correctly. And he also had the dream, to be honest. Like, look at the receipts. Even Marty had his style locked in, and Marty Supreme has his style to the point. And the movie was was a roller coaster, as I told you before. It was full of ups and downs. I can't spoil the plot, like my mouth has to be shut, but honestly, for me it was good. I think it was like a 4 out of 5. Only because my main critique is the score that is very 1980s, and honestly I am a bit tired of the 1980s nostalgia and scoring also movies, because every single movie has that 80s song as the main soundtrack, and honestly I wanted a bit of a more like 1940s or 1950s kind of score, or soundtrack. If you want to shake things up, you can remix it a bit, but I wanted that 1940s, 1950s vibe because the 80s scoring took me out from the movie. But other than that, Timmy Turner, with Timmy Turner. But other than that, Timothee Chamalet did his job. Like, he needs that Best Actor award at the Oscars this year. Actually, he needs that award because the acting was on point. Like, his character was full of ups and downs, like the emotion and the dialogue and the styling and his like movements. It was so on point. I think he deserves his Best Actor award in my opinion. Also the supporting cast like Odessa, Gwyneth Paltrow, Tyler the Creator, the woman that acted in The Nanny, I don't remember the name, but yeah, the supporting cast was also phenomenal. The cinematography, lighting, the special effects, the editing was all on point. And after I saw the movie, actually I was so surprised by it because I didn't have faith from the trailers. I was like, it looks like another biopic kind of drama, but honestly I was surprised from it. And the Safdie brother did his late job in this movie, honestly. And I want to watch it again, actually, maybe on a bigger screen also. And because here in Austria, Marty Supreme will come out around the end of February. Damn! But I couldn't wait that long because spoilers were left and right. So I had to watch it in another way, You know what I'm talking about. And yes, the movie for me is a 4 stars out of 5. It's really good. You should check it out. And let's go into the point. Let's go to talk about the styling of this movie. Like, the styling is wow. 10 out of 10. Like, every single outfit, I wanted it like right now in my wardrobe. Especially Timothée Chamalet's outfit, were to die for. Honestly, I wanted that double-breasted brown suit so damn much. I have one right now that is black, but the brown one was looking really good, honestly. Very, very nice. And since this movie is like inspired from a true story of this ping pong superstar during the 1950s, like the clothing had to be in that specific period, so I think that the costume designer did a phenomenal job, respected like the attire of that time, because it wasn't like at the start of the early 50s, mid 50s, it wasn't like all 50s. There was still some influence from the 1940s, so you can see it from his double-breasted suits, the sweater vest, the colors, the big pointy colors. Like, it's not all 1950s. It was leaning more towards 1940s because in every single decade there's a little bit of this influence from the previous decade. When you go more further in the decade, you will get the true style of that decade, and then you start a new decade and there's still the influence from the previous decade, and the cycle goes on and on and on. So I think the costume designer did a great job for this movie. I like both the male styling and the female styling on the female characters and also on the male characters. It was so damn good, but especially the male characters were shining, and especially the protagonist, that is Marty Supreme, was shining in this movie. Every single outfit was a 10 out of 10. I wanted his entire wardrobe, guys, like for real. I wanted to search on Google for every single piece from his wardrobe. This comes from an article from Esquire, and basically she told us that she had only 8 weeks of prep for the Marty Supreme cast. 8 damn weeks. That for a movie production usually is very, very short, because usually they will give you like 6 months, but 8 weeks. Wow, she killed it, she killed it. And also, she said that this wasn't a fashion movie but was more real because it was inspired from a real person. She wanted to collect photos from normal people from that period of time, especially she collected a lot of Life magazine's pictures. So for this movie, Marty Supreme, the costume designer, had to make like 5,000 costumes. Yes, you heard right. 5,000 costumes, which I can't wrap my head around. Like, for me, it's already difficult to make 10 or 20 outfits for a video or an inspired outfits video, so 5,000 costumes is a lot of work, which she did 1,000 of them in Japan. She made the costumes and brought them over, while the other costumes were made in New York with the whole set. And you know, like, the actors have to have like different outfits for the movie, so like it was a lot of work. So kudos to her and to the team, because 5,000 costumes sounds like a lot of work. So most of the outfits that you see throughout the movie, they are real vintage. They come from vintage rental houses in LA. And as you can see, for the men's fashion, there's a little bit of 1940s men's fashion and a little bit of 1950s men's fashion. Like, it's pretty mixed. Because, as I told you before, in the early 1950s, there was still the influence from the late 1940s fashion. And 1940s men's fashion and 1950s men's fashion are a bit different from each other. And as I told you in the episodes of the 1940s men's fashion and 1950s men's fashion, which I can link it here or down below if you want to know more about the 1940s and 1950s men's fashion. Well, in the 1940s men's fashion, after the Second World War, there was the rationing, and basically, like, in that period of time, the clothing wanted to emphasize the male figure. So as you can see, the 1940s suits have shoulder pads. They are big AF. Also, the pants are very wide. It's all about big and like very structured. And the shoulder pads give a little bit of 1980s, as you can see. And the 1980s, they actually have a little bit of influence from the 1940s also, with the shoulder pads and the structures of the suit. And in the 1940s also, like, the fashion was more rigid. There were less colors, so it was more of like black, brown, gray. While in the 1950s, more colors are introduced in men's fashion, and also the suits became more softer. The lapels are smaller. In the 1940s, the lapels were big AF, and also the ties were big AF. In the 1950s, it was all about reducing, you know, so the lapels were smaller, the ties were skinnier, and also the patterns, like in the 1940s, they loved to play with a lot of patterns with ties, and they were very vibrant and colorful. Ties were very loud and vibrant and fun, with a lot of different patterns, abstract patterns, art deco, or Hawaiian patterns. Like, the ties were the stars in the 1940s. While in the 1950s, ties were more skinnier, more neutral, less patterns, and let's say that the 1940s were more fun in terms of ties. While on the other side, the 1950s were more like on the down low, were more chill, were more neutral. And this aspect is reflected in the movie because As you can see, Marty Supreme in this movie is pretty at the low stage of his life. He's broke AF, so he can't afford to buy new suits from the 1950s, while the rich characters are wearing more 1950s suits and 1950s like kind of style, while Marty is more on the 1940s, late 1940s style. Oh no, I spoiled the part of the movie. I shouldn't have said that, but that's the only spoiler I gave you, that basically this dude is broke. That's it. That's the only spoiler you will know from this movie, okay? So now, let's talk about the marketing of this movie, because honestly, was a big L for me, because I was expecting like a lot of 1940s, 1950s style, on the red carpet, on interviews, but nada. Little Timmy gave us like orange fits, more modern fits, tracksuits, the Marty Supreme jacket, which went viral and everyone wanted that jacket, which to me is like, it's cute. It's not that bad, but it would have been really cool, like a 1950s varsity jacket or 1940s jacket. It would have been the creme of the creme. Like honestly, Marty, a little Timmy, you missed a big opportunity, because I think since the film is set in the 1950s, 1940s, and this kind of style is more underrated in my opinion right now in fashion, it could have been a good hella like opportunity to showcase the 1950s and 1940s fashion. But no, you went in the modern way, and for me it was like I didn't like the marketing that much, and especially the costume designer wasn't involved in the marketing styling, so I could see that she wasn't involved, because honestly the styling was not really my taste, honestly. Like I was like, yes and no. But other than that, Marty Supreme styling was iconic. This would be in my inspo board, in my fit inspo board for sure, because the fits were killing it every single time. I think the first fit that I saw before the movie came out was this fit with his wool coat, the dress shirt, the 1940s tie, the high-waisted trousers, and the red leather gloves. That fit was immaculate, especially because like the overall fit is really good already, but with the red gloves it gets it to a next level. Honestly, like it was 10 out of 10. And also the glasses were very 1940s, and the styling of his hair, whoa, iconic. Like that 1950s styling of his hair, like his hairstyle. I don't know who was the hairstylist, but he did a phenomenal job, and Timmy rocks it so damn well. And other outfits that I love from the movie was the brown suit, as I told you before, the double-breasted brown suit. Oh yeah, and another difference between 1940s men's fashion and 1950s men's fashion that I didn't mention is that in the 1940s, the main suit for the 1940s was a double-breasted suit. While in the 1950s, we're going towards the single-breasted suit and not the double-breasted suit. So kind of like the suit that we still wear today, I guess. It's more softer and not so dramatic with the shoulder pads. I love the double-breasted suit more in my opinion, for me, for the styling or whatever, because they look so damn good. And that brown suit is so damn crisp. And the combo with the light blue and the brown is giving 10 out of 10. And another outfit that I really liked from the movie, I think, was like this sweater vest number with the dress shirt that has like short sleeves and the high-waisted trousers, which they fit him like a glove. I love a pair of high-waisted vintage trousers. They look so good. What am I saying? And yes, Marty Supreme styling is really that supreme. And other than that, I could talk about Marty Supreme styling and his inspo for hours and hours, but this video would be too damn long. So I hope you enjoyed this video essay analyzing the style of Marty Supreme. It was really fun. I want to do this video, I think, around the end of December when the movie came out, but if you don't live in the US or UK, you're basically like, I can't say this word, but basically, yeah, I have to wait until the end of February to watch this damn movie. And the spoilers were going left and right, so I had to do something about it. And other than that, yes, hope you enjoyed this video essay and let me know in the comments if you love the Marty Supreme styling, if you think it's going to be trendy for this year actually, because maybe we're going to see the influence of Marty Supreme of the late 1940s and the early 1950s styling maybe in men's fashion. Maybe I'm feeling it in my guts, I don't know why, but maybe it's going to be viral, maybe. And other than that, yes, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you will know when I put my next video, my fellas. And I will see y'all pretty soon.